I got a job in the valley, but today I didn't go. I need a day off, but the boss says hell no. I'm gonna get drunk and smoke 3 packs of Marlboro. And part of me thinks I ain't ever gonna make it back home.
I'm educated as a designer, and I always dreamt of, as a kid, dreamt of like designing stuff. So putting my creativity to work and making people happy with it. So. My name is Johan. I drive a yellow Volvo 240 XC version, the cross-country version, which I made myself. And I like my Volvo because I like old school rear-wheel drive Volvos because of their boxiness and their simpleness. This workshop is connected to my house, so if I walk through the door, I'm in my office where I, during the day, work as a web developer. When the clock strikes 5, I'm done with my work and I immediately take off my hat and my jacket and put on my overalls and my gloves and hearing protection, and I go in my workshop and build stuff. I decided to buy a Volvo 240 and slam it and white wheels and whatever, and like everybody does. And a few years ago I saw a picture of a lifted Volvo, and I saw that car and I was like, what, that would be cool to have like a low Volvo and like a high Volvo. So I started thinking and measuring stuff and reading about it, because in America some people already had lifted the car with some scrap pieces of metal. And I was like, maybe I can make a kit out of this and make it like bolt on. So I did, and that's how my 240 XT originated. Yeah, I finished the basic lift in like halfway November 2019, and then I started adding new paint job, the Raptor liner, bed liner, what's on the car, to make it extra durable when driving through like forests and stuff. But the most thing I've been focusing on is like improving on the lift kit, especially the handling, because if you just lift the car, especially the camber of the front wheels get like really negative and badly drivable. So I fixed that with some components that space out other components and make it handle really well for a car that's so high. Well, the lift itself is 7.5 centimeters, like 3 inches in the front, 4 inches, like 10 centimeters in the back. And the tires are a lot taller, so I think it's more than 20 centimeters higher than original. And a Volvo 240 is a really high car by itself from the factory. Yeah, it makes it a lot easier to work on the car. I don't need to jack it up every time I want to do something. I can just crawl underneath it. The first question I get about the drivetrain is it a 4x4? Well, it's not. It's doable to make it a 4x4, but that's mostly done by doing a body swap. So they take like a Range Rover or whatever, something, and then put a Volvo 240. But I think it's a little bit cheating. So if I want to do a 4x4 conversion, I would like to do it with the original components that are on the car. So I needed to add a transfer case and whatnot, but that's way too big of a project, and it's almost undoable with the time and space I have. So what I did is I didn't build it like as a rock crawler. It's not a rock crawler. That's why you need like 4x4 to go like really in rough terrain. So I added a limited slip differential to have the best possible traction on the rear wheels. So the front wheels aren't driven, but my motto is just floor it, just keep speed, don't stop. If you keep speed, you can go to a lot of terrain. Well, yes, sometimes things go wrong. I kind of like to break stuff. Like I can remember that one time when I like almost lost my right front wheel. It was I drove to a ditch on a little bit higher than average speed, and the wheel almost got embedded in the firewall. So I was standing there in a field with the car unable to move because I couldn't drive forward. But then I found out that if I drove backwards, the wheel just came loose from the firewall like half a centimeter, and that was enough for me to get home. But I had to drive like 10 kilometers in reverse to get home. So I was driving really slow, and the engine was a little bit overheating because it didn't get enough cooling. It was like in high summer. And all people in my village were like, what the hell is he doing? Why is he driving backwards? And like the wheel was smoking because it was rubbing on the front fender. And yeah, I think people here in my small town, they know who I am and what I do, yeah. When I built the lifted Volvo, I got many questions from, can you lift my car? Can you build a kit for me? And then I thought like, well, maybe this can be something I can sell and like really start a company with. And that's what happened last year, last January 2020. I started my own company, Bad Decision Works. The name implies a little bit how I work. And I think lots of like secure people would consider this bad decisions, but these bad decisions brought me like my own company. And well, maybe most of all, they brought me a lot of friends and people I know, and all the interactions I have with all my fellow car enthusiasts are like, they are priceless. So it's bad decisions that lead to good things. That's why it's called Bad Decision Works. Well, project cars, as you know, will never be finished. I think I'll be working on this car for a few more years because, yeah, I like them. I never keep cars quite long, but I think this is going to be a record breaker.